Video 1, we're going to do a review. So as you guys remember, you took your multiplying dividing fractions test right before you guys left for spring break. I noticed that we didn't seem to grasp it completely, which is okay. It was very crammed due to all the snow days, and it was a lot. And so what I want to do is review some of those concepts so that we can grasp them a little better, because they are new and they are complicated, and I want to make sure we are completely feeling comfortable before we move on to something else. So if you guys remember the test, it was about 20 questions over everything that I've taught you guys about multiplying, dividing fractions. So we're just going to work through some of the harder areas of that test together right now so that we make sure you guys are good to go. And I'm going to send home some practice over what we're about to talk about so that you guys can take everything I'm saying and practice it and practice it and practice it, because practice makes... I didn't hear you. Practice makes... That's right. Practice makes perfect. So let's get perfect. All right, here we go. Now, there was a few little chants we had with multiplying, dividing fractions. We'll start with multiplying fractions. Sometimes you're going to see the word of. And that word of, don't know if you guys can see that very well on there, but that word of is kind of the big one when it comes to multiplying with fractions. Because if I tell you that I have 1/4 of 24, for example, 1/4 of 24. We've talked about it, and I want to see if you guys remember. Ready? It was this kind of chant that kind of went, of means, and you were supposed to say multiply. Of means multiply. Of means multiply. Okay? I don't really know what happened where we forgot kind of how to do this. So, it's pretty simple. Anything that is a whole number, all you have to do is put that number over 1, because it's not just doing it. Why do we do it? Why do we just put it over a 1? Well, if I have 24 over 1, this symbol, this slash, this here, we've talked about means division. How many parts do I have? How many parts does it take to make a whole? Well, how many ones fit in a 24? 24. Okay? It does not work the other way. The reciprocal of that does not work. I cannot say 1/24 is the same thing as 24. It's not. That's like saying I have 24 and I split it up into 24 tiny little parts. This means I have 24. Okay? So, get my eraser. When I have 1/4 of 24, that is basically like saying, see this 4 here, okay? I'm breaking something up into 4 pieces. 4. I have a quarter, don't I? 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, because 4 quarters would equal a whole. But if I have 24, how many fit into each of the quarters? Well, if I don't know my multiples of 24 right off the bat, that's okay. I can literally fall back to making tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay? This one has 6. This one has 6. This one has 6. This one has 6. Each one of them has 6. All right, cool. Well, now what? That's great. Well, I'm asking about 1/4. How much is 1 of these worth? Exactly, 6. 1/4 of 24 is 6. But I said I was going to multiply. How was that multiplying? Well, like this. 1/4 of means multiply. 24 is just 24 over 1. I multiply straight across, remember. 1 times 24 is 24. 4 times 1 is 4. Improper fraction here. I can't leave it like that. That would be improper. So I have to divide that out, okay? How many parts I have divided by how many parts it takes to make a whole. 4 goes into 24. Well, if you don't know, get a multiplication chart out, create a multiples list, whatever you need to do to figure out which multiples of 4 are. 4 goes into 24 exactly 6 times. I have nothing left over, so my answer is 6. Of means multiply, okay? We struggle with that just a little bit, but sometimes we may not have a number that 4 fits perfectly into. So what if I told you to give me 1/4 of 26? Okay, well, let's do that same thing. Let's try it anyways. Break my box up into fourths. See how many times that 26, what goes into each quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. Well, I have two extra. Can't do it. It's called estimating. You can't give me necessarily the exact number doing it this way, but you can give me an estimated amount, okay? That's what I meant on that test when I wanted you to estimate a problem like this. I want you to figure out the approximate number, okay? So, how many went in each box? 6. 6 times 4 was 24. So I have to basically think of this as the closest number to 26 I can work with is 24 without actually working with the full 26. It's close enough, right? Well, I could also work with 28, couldn't I? Yeah, you could, because it's the same distance from the real number. It really doesn't matter which one you choose. It's still just an estimate. All right, so I'm going to look at this as 24. And I'll get the same thing. Each one of these was 6. So 1/4 of 26 is approximately 6. Okay? So that was that estimating we talked about. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. I'm going to give you guys some work to work with on this, and we will review a little bit more in the next session, okay?